Alright, so today's video is going to be a location guide for every single unique knife and hatchet in Red Dead Redemption 2. As far as I can tell, this is all of the unique hatchets and knives, so if you do know of an additional one and you know exactly where it's located, please put that in the comments down below, and I will make sure to pin it to the top. To my knowledge, these 9, 3 knives, and 6 hatchets are the only ones in the game, and this is all of them in one video. If there is another one, again, please put a location guide in the comments down below, and I will pin it to the top so that everyone can find it. First up is the Civil War knife, which is located right here in this little rundown abandoned fort, which is south of Ansburg, between that and the main city of Saint-Denis. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly this time. All you need to do is go to this rundown abandoned fort, go down into the basement, and there you will also find a Civil War hat, but I'll make a video on all the unique hats and helmets later on. There will be a Civil War rusted knife down here. You can pick that up, and that is one of the 3 unique knives. It does not have any more damage than any of the other knives in the game. It is just on par with them, so there's no reason to grab this other than the fact that it's an Easter egg and it's purely aesthetic. The next knife is the wide-bladed mining knife, which can be found over here to the northwest of the town Strawberry, right under the E in west from West Elizabeth. If you go all the way in here, there is a cave at this location. Now, that cave requires you to push down on a plunger and blow up some rocks, and then you can, delve further into the cave, and you'll not only find the knife here in the back of a miner, but also a mining helmet. Again, that's coming with the helmets and hats guide later on. This mining knife, again, has no unique stats. However, it is a cool looking knife, and there is one important thing to know. If you do have a bounty from Strawberry for a renegade guy that lives in this cave, then you cannot access the plunger. So if you are not able to find the plunger because for some reason or another you have the bounty or recently had the bounty, just leave, make sure you've waited some time and do not have an active bounty request in this location, and that will make the plunger available, and then you can blow up the rocks, go down, and get the knife. The last unique knife, the third of the 3, is located directly north of where you just found the mining knife. It's up north right at the edge of the mountains, and I'll scroll in here and show exactly where it is. And there's a reason I'm not showing the process of me actually picking up the knife. It's a pretty cool looking knife. It's a deer antler knife, and there is a specific reason why I'm not showing the process. So just go to this exact location as shown right here. It's a little bit north of the Little and Little Creek River, and there will be a dead bear. You're going to take it out of the dead bear, and then you will have the antler knife. And again, just go there, do it for yourself. There's a reason I'm not showing it. Next up are the unique throwing hatchets, and the first one is located in Ansburg. Now, if you go to this exact location where I'm zooming in right now, you'll be able to find lodged in a stump the rusted double bit throwing hatchet. You can pick this up, then you have it. It throws just like a regular tomahawk. There's no increased damage or anything like that. Once you have it, there you go. It's on your horse. You can scroll to it. You can use it as you would any regular tomahawk. Again, this is the rusted double bit throwing hatchet. The next throwing hatchet is up and to the left of Ansburg, located in the Viking tomb. It can be seen by this X on your map right here on the little sort of peninsula where the river loops around. And in this location, there is also a Viking helmet. Again, that's coming in a later video where I talk about all the unique hats and helmets, especially the really cool ones. There is a Viking hatchet lodged in a skull in the center of this area. You can pick this up. It has some engravings. It's just another unique throwing hatchet. Again, same as before, you can throw this and lodge it in trees or throw it at enemies and people, etc. And this is one of my favorite ones. I think the Viking hatchet is really cool, and the fact that it's in the game is awesome, but there's no other reason to grab it. It's not statistically better. It doesn't have a higher damage rating or anything like that. So it's up north and east, north, left, west, northwest, got it, northwest of Ansburg in the Viking tomb. Next up is the rusted hunter hatchet, which can be found west of Ansburg, which is kind of in close proximity to the other 2 hatchets thus far. If you scroll all the way in here, there is a cabin just off of the railroad tracks, and in a stump outside the cabin is lodged a rusted hunter hatchet. The same as all the rest of them, and all the ones I'll talk about in just a second. This has the same damage. It can be thrown, it can lodge into trees, etc. It's a pretty cool looking hatchet, and it's worth a grab if you're going for 100% completion especially. Next up is the Hewing Hatchet, which is located again directly to the west of the previous hatchets, and if you go and scroll in on Moonstone Pond, there is a small shack, and outside that shack is a stump with the Hewing Hatchet lodged within it. Now, don't do what I did. I actually threw it at a tree and it got stuck way too high up for me to grab. So I not only got the Hewing Hatchet, but then lost it within 5 seconds, and I couldn't figure out a way to get it down. So there was no way for me to retrieve it. When I left the area and came back, it had despawned, and I don't actually have the hatchet anymore, even though I retrieved it. So don't do what I did. Make sure that you're keeping it, because I haven't found a way to get it back at all. I'm sure there is one, or at least I hope there is one, but I don't know the way to do it. So south of Moonstone Pond, right directly there is the house. Outside the house is the stump. That's the Hewing Hatchet, and it's to the west of the previous one. For the next one, it is yet again almost directly to the west. If we scroll in here, we have this location called Window Rock, and then directly south of Window Rock is a small cabin with another stump and another hatchet, and this one is the actual direct hunter hatchet, not the rusted hunter hatchet. This one can be retrieved, thrown, etc. Same as all the rest. Pretty straightforward to grab. You get the compendium entry, you can check it out, you can wield it, run around with it, cool hatchet. You get the gist of it. The last unique hatchet is located a little bit to the northwest of Wallace Station, which I'm zooming in on right now. You can see a small indicator that there is a building. Outside that building, a stump. In that stump, a hatchet. This is the regular double bit throwing axe, and this is actually my favorite in the game. This one and the Viking one, but this one's pretty cool too. Just like all the rest, you can throw it. It's got some good damage. It's got a compendium entry. It's a fun one, and you can grab it to the slight northwest of Wallace Station, and that will wrap up all the different unique hatchets and knives in the game. Again, I would like to specifically state that if I have missed a unique knife or hatchet, please let me know in the comments down below. In addition to that, put a description of where to find it, and I will pin it to the top so that everyone can get it. I hope that there weren't too many spoilers. I know some people are really on edge about spoilers in this game right now. I try not to spoil anything other than just the locations of them, especially that's why I left out a couple tidbits having to do with the Antler knife, specifically that one, because I didn't want to spoil anything. And if I did spoil something, again, give me some feedback. Tell me how I spoiled it, and I'll try to shape my content around allowing everyone that's watching the guide material to have maximum enjoyment while also getting the information out of it that they actually need. If you want to support the channel, please check out the links down below. In the near future, as in like probably tonight, I'm going to try to do a video on all the unique masks in the game, as well as all the unique helmets and hats in the game, or at least a good chunk of them. Again, I'm not 100% positive that this is all of them, but I'm pretty confident. I might combine those if they both seem too short, and so it'll be both masks and helmets and hats, but we'll see how that goes later on. If you have feedback on the content, like I already stated, leave it in the comments down below. Ways to improve as a creator, etc., etc. If you guys wanted to just discuss the game, I think it's a really wonderful game, and we can get a lot of, really great things going there. If you want to support the channel, or if you want to join our communities, you can check out our Facebook community, our group there, our Discord server. We have one of those. I do live stream on YouTube now, so hit the notification bell if you want to catch me live for a broadcast. I am figuring out what to do about Twitch, so if you're more of a Twitch viewer, then you can check out the Twitch channel that I have. It's linked in the description. You can follow there. We do have our own independent gaming forums if you want to support Upper Echelon or get involved in discussion, or further be incorporated as we expand and grow new initiatives. We're looking forward to people helping us populate those forums and get the content flowing. So please join if you have any interest in a variety of games and you want to be active in kind of an up-and-coming gaming forum section area. But I'll stop rambling there. Thank you very much for watching. As always, like if you did enjoy the content, and have a nice night.